Imagine waking up one day, opening your laptop, and realizing your job no longer exists. Not because you failed. Not because you were lazy. But because a machine replaced you. And the scary part? This is not a future problem. This is already happening. Right now. Today. You've probably felt this fear already, even if only for a second. Maybe when you saw AI write a full article in under 10 seconds. Maybe when you watched it generate images that looked like real photography. Maybe when you saw people building entire presentations, videos, business plans, and even legal documents with tools that didn't exist just 3 years ago. According to McKinsey Global Institute, by 2030, up to 375 million workers worldwide may need to switch job categories entirely. Because of automation and AI. That's not a small number. That's nearly the entire population of the United States. At first, all of this feels exciting. It feels futuristic, smart, and convenient. But after the excitement fades, a different feeling starts to creep in. A quieter one. A more personal one. Because suddenly this isn't just about technology anymore. It's about work. It's about security. It's about survival. It's about the thing most people build their entire life around. Their job. And that leads to a question a lot of people don't say out loud. What if I'm next? So the real question is not, will AI replace jobs? Because that part is already settled. The real question is, which jobs will disappear first? And which ones will survive? And if you're being honest with yourself, where does your job fall? To answer that, we need to understand one simple truth. AI does not replace jobs because they are important or unimportant. It replaces jobs because they are predictable. That is the real rule. If a job follows the same pattern every day, if the process can be repeated, if the answers usually come from the same set of options, if the work can be broken into clear, logical steps, then AI doesn't just help with that job. It threatens it. Because AI doesn't get tired of repetition. It doesn't get bored. It doesn't lose focus halfway through the day. It doesn't complain, ask for weekends. It doesn't need motivation. It just keeps going. Faster than any human. At a fraction of the cost. The first jobs AI will replace are the ones built entirely on repetition. Think about data entry, scheduling, basic reporting, transcription, sorting and moving information from one system to another. To a human, that feels like work. To AI, that looks like a simple pattern. And once a pattern becomes clear, AI becomes brutally efficient. Now imagine two workers side by side. One is human. One is a machine. The human works for a few hours before getting tired. The machine works all day and all night without stopping. The human makes mistakes under pressure. The machine keeps the exact same speed and accuracy. The human needs training, salary, breaks, and supervision. The machine only needs the right instructions. So if a company has a choice between paying a person every single month, or automating that same task for a one-time cost, what do you think they'll choose? In fact, a 2023 report from Goldman Sachs estimated that AI could automate around 300 million full-time jobs globally across major economies. That's not a warning about the distant future. That's a warning about right now. But that's only one part of the story. Because the next jobs at risk are even more uncomfortable to talk about. These are jobs that involve predictable decisions. Customer support is the clearest example. Think about how many conversations follow the exact same script every single day. Reset your password. Restart the app. Check your internet connection. Click the link in your email. Your request has been submitted. These interactions feel human because a human used to type them. But the truth is, many of them were never deeply human in the first place. They were systems. Patterns. Decision trees. An AI is extremely good at decision trees. It can handle thousands of conversations at the same time. It can respond in under 1 second. It can stay calm and polite even when the customer is angry. It can learn from every single past interaction. For companies, that sounds like a dream. But for the workers in those roles, it sounds like a deadline. And here's the key shift that changes everything. When a job can be reduced to predictable choices, the company stops asking, "Can AI help with this?" It starts asking, "Why are we still paying humans to do this?" That shift from curiosity to cost-cutting is everything. But here's where it gets really uncomfortable. Because a lot of people still believe creative work is automatically safe. And honestly, that used to be true. Creativity felt deeply human. Emotional. Original. Personal. But now AI can write captions, scripts, and blog posts. It can generate thumbnails, logos, and brand identities. It can summarize research, suggest ideas, and rewrite content in any tone. It can produce basic videos, background music, and even voiceovers. Is it always perfect? No. Is it always original? Definitely not. But here's the real danger that most people completely miss. For many businesses, it doesn't need to be perfect. It only needs to be good enough. And good enough has quietly replaced more jobs than excellence ever did. A business owner who once hired a junior writer for simple content may now use AI to produce 10 versions in 5 minutes. A small brand that once paid a designer for basic work may now generate multiple rough drafts instantly. A team that once needed 3 assistants may now operate with 1 person and a set of AI tools. So even when AI doesn't fully replace a creative role, it reduces how many humans are needed to fill it. And for a lot of people, the end result feels exactly the same. Less opportunity. More competition. More pressure. More uncertainty. But before this becomes pure fear, there's something important you need to see. The jobs being replaced are not random. They all share the same pattern. They are repetitive, predictable, rule-based, easy to measure, easy to scale, easy to break down into steps. That is the common thread connecting every job at risk. And once you see that pattern clearly, a new question naturally appears. So what actually survives? What kind of work remains valuable when machines keep getting faster every year? This is where the story changes completely. Because AI is powerful, but it is not human. It can generate, predict, imitate, and optimize at scale. But it does not live a human life. It does not feel fear. It does not carry real responsibility. It does not lead a room full of uncertain people. It does not understand grief, or ambition, or what it feels like to start over. It cannot walk into a complicated situation full of unspoken tension and instantly sense what is not being said. And because of that, some jobs don't just survive. They become more valuable. Jobs that require deep human trust. Jobs that demand emotional intelligence. Jobs that need original judgment when there is no clear right answer. Jobs that involve leading in uncertainty. Jobs where the problem itself is messy, human, and unclear. A therapist does more than respond with the right words. A great teacher does more than repeat information. A great leader does more than organize tasks. A strategist does more than follow instructions. A creator with a real point of view does more than produce content. These roles may use AI as a tool, but they are not easily replaced by it. And that leads to the real plot twist in all of this. The future is not simply AI versus humans. That framing is too simple. Too dramatic. Too easy. The real future looks like this. Humans who learn to work with AI will replace humans who refuse to adapt. That is the deeper truth underneath everything. Because AI on its own is powerful. But a human who knows how to use it becomes faster, sharper, and far more valuable in the marketplace. They can think bigger, move faster, test more ideas, produce more in less time, and focus all their energy on the part that actually needs a human mind. So the smartest response to all of this is not panic. And it is not denial either. It's evolution. If your job is built on repetition, learn the higher level skill that sits above it. If your work is predictable, move closer to strategy, creativity, and complex decision-making. If AI can produce the first draft, become the person who knows what the final version should actually say. If machines can generate 10 options, become the person who knows which one truly matters. That is how people stay valuable. Not by pretending change isn't coming, but by changing faster than the world around them. And maybe that's the hardest part of this entire conversation. Because deep down, most people are not really afraid of technology. They are afraid of becoming irrelevant. They are afraid of waking up one day and realizing the world quietly moved forward a euro. And they didn't move with it. That's why this topic hits so hard. Because it's not really about jobs at all. It's about identity, usefulness, pride, stability, and the fear that the future may not need the version of yourself you've spent years building. But here's the good news. The future still needs humans. Just not the same version of humans it needed before. It needs humans who can think deeply and adapt quickly. Humans who can lead, judge, communicate, imagine, and decide. Humans who understand not just how to use AI, but when to trust it, when to question it, and when to go beyond it. So the future is not about AI replacing humans. It's about humans who understand AI, replacing those who don't. The people who evolve now will move faster, think better, build more. And while others are still debating whether change is real, they'll already be living in the next version of the world. The real question was never, will AI take your job? The real question is, will you evolve before it does? If this made you think differently about where things are heading, you need to subscribe right now. Because in the next video, we're going deep into something that most people are not ready to talk about yet. What actually happens when AI becomes smarter than humans? Not in theory. Not in the movies. But in real life and sooner than you think. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Because that video might be the most important one you watch this year.